Hello everybody, Draco Main here with you, breaking from the whole temperance thing for a little while. I'm going to do some entry level and kind of walk you around some of the free to play areas. And one of the most popular of the free to play areas, of course, is Lumbridge. Reason why is because Lumbridge is where you will start your Runescape adventure once you leave Tutorial Island. Yeah. You'll get to go and try out a few things, you'll make your account and such and so forth. And as well on Tutorial Island, you will be able to choose whether you want to be a normal RuneScape player or if you would like to play with one of 3 Iron Man modes. Now on Tutorial Island, you can choose between them Iron Man modes. However, once you leave Tutorial Island and you haven't chosen, you will be a normal character. You cannot choose to be an Iron Man once you leave Tutorial Island. Note to self. On Tutorial Island, you can also choose whether or not you want your account to stay a permanent Iron Man, or if for some reason you don't want to be an Iron Man no more, you can, I believe somewheres on the mainland, remove your Iron Man status. My account is an Iron Man. There are things as an Iron Man you cannot do. I can't trade with other players. I cannot buy or sell items at the Grand Exchange. If I were to take you into the wilderness and kill you in hopes of gaining your armor or items you're wearing, it will not work for me. I am not a normal account. As an Iron Man, you have to gain everything yourself. You cut your own wood to do your own fire making, to do your own fletching, and such and so forth. You cannot go to the Grand Exchange and buy or sell the items. So moving right along here, once you get off of Tutorial Island, you will end up here in Lumbridge. Lumbridge is a nifty place. For in Lumbridge, you have an axe shop. Wood cutting is a good suggestion when you start out. Also in Lumbridge, you have several tutors. You have a combat tutor, you have a wood cutting tutor, you have, what's his name there? Hans or such. A man, NPC that wanders around, it'll tell you what your age is. On your map, you'll notice you have yellow dots and you got white dots. The yellow dots represent the NPCs. Those are game characters. My dot on the map is white. I'm a human player. You first get to Lumbridge, it would be a good idea to visit the cow pen. Definitely want to visit the cow pen. Collect about 200-ish cow hides, tan them in El Carid, which is right over here next to Lumbridge at the tannery. And then you pick yourself up a sewing needle at the crafting shop and some thread, which is right across the way from the tannery. and make yourself some leather hides. Why? Because it will raise your crafting level. Crafting, you'll find out, will become important. As you wander around, there are various NPCs and monsters, goblins. Most of them you can attack. You can fight. You raise your attack skill, your strength. You raise your defense, your hit points. Just by interacting in combat with the various NPCs. You raise your attack level, determines what weapon you can wield. Whether you're going to wield a bronze sword or a steel sword, or an adamant sword, or a rune sword. Attack determines what you can wield. Your strength, on the other hand, determines how hard you're going to hit something. And you're raising this up will determine whether or not you're going to thump what you're hitting. Defense determines what you can wear armor-wise. Hold on a minute, we gotta kill the goblin. Alright. Defense will determine what you can wear, what kind of armor you can wear. There are many different kinds, and they all have different levels. Say to wear rune, you would need 40. You were going to wear dragon, you would need 60 defense. It works the same when you are trying to wield the weapons, as you need 40 attack to wield rune weapons, as well you need 60 attack to wield the dragon ones, and so forth and so on. You go between different levels by gaining experience points. Each level, those experience points get more and more. The cow pen, nifty little place for entry level start out players. You can come in here, they're level 2s, so they're not going to mess you up too bad. They drop cow hides, you want to pick those up. Another note is the raw beef. I believe if you cook it and take it to a spinning wheel, you can make crossbow string. You know, note to those of you who want to be an Iron Man. I'm going to run back towards the castle here real quick. And on my way we'll go by the river Lum, I guess. He's got some fishing spots over here, some lure, some bait. Kind of similar to Barbarian Village. This is the gate that goes over to the desert area in Al-Kharid. To go in and through this gate, when you first start out, you're going to have to pay some coins, 5 or 10 coins. There's a free quest, and it's called Prince Ali Rescue. You go ahead and do the Prince Ali Rescue, which is a free quest, and it'll enable you to go back and forth through that gate free of charge. I'm going to wander back over towards the Lumbridge area, just for shits and giggles here. We cut through the, oh wait a minute, my bad. See, I'm not really a guide maker, I'm more of a game player. You know, I'm going to sit and try to beat a boss. I'm going to try to get the best time on a track. You know, if I'm going to show somebody or try to teach somebody how to play a game, my best advice is, I hope that you can see what I'm doing and that you can learn by example more so than how I can explain the shit. But anyways, you can, one of the many skills here in RuneScape is prayer. Prayer enables you to activate a protection of sort, and by activating certain ones, they will protect you from harm, protect from missiles. If one of the monsters are throwing shit at you, you can put that on. They've got to protect from magic if somebody's trying to attack you with magic, and of course a melee. There are other prayers as well that enhance certain combat skills, will make you more accurate, will make you stronger, will enhance your strength and such. And here and there throughout the game you come across altars. I have 13 prayers, so hey, check it out. We'll go over here and pray. And now I have 49 prayers. So, you can go refill your prayer. That way, you're out fighting something and you don't want them to hit you. You just equip your prayer. And that way, whenever they swing at you, they attack you, you will take no damage. We'll wander around through the graveyard. Lumbridge, I will like to also add, is where, if you start an account, Lumbridge is the place that you will respawn if you die anywhere in RuneScape. You can die in the Great Grind, you can die in the Wilderness, you could die playing Winter Toad, alright? Wherever you die in RuneScape, Lumbridge is the default respawn. There are places that you can set it to respawn. For example, Edgeville. I believe if you pay an NPC there some coins, they will set your respawn there. I'm not sure on other respawn spots. I try not really to die a lot when I'm playing. It does happen. And speaking of dying, RuneScape has changed their death mechanics. Before, when you died, you just pretty much played again. Now, when you die, you could actually have a grave. And upon dying, you can get a gravestone and such. And you will have to go back to your gravestone and loot your shit. If you've got to come here and talk to death, I love the graphics that Jagged did for this. Really nice, really nice graphics here. And I especially love the muncher that's over here. I would really like to see a pet just like this, The whole Tempe fish pet, that was okay. Me, I want a skeleton looking dog thing. That would be the shit. Say, to get a boss pet, you had to beat the boss so many times. Well, what if there was a way where if you died so many times, you could get a pet? Or maybe even if they had a mini game, you see, whereas you played it through, the mini game kept you alive. So as you were playing the mini game, you would want to play against that and try to injure yourself. Therefore, try to die. That would be kind of a nifty way to introduce the death pet. I don't know. I see a lot of possibilities that RuneScape could do. But moving on, let's get off the morbid death thing. Hopefully you guys are good. You grab some decent armor and weapons, and you live. On members worlds, because agility is not a member's skill, but you play in the members server, you can get agility, which opens up shortcuts, which is what this is. But I'm not really on a whole shortcut thing. I should have brought my Drummond staff, because then I could have showed you the nifty little world that's in a building down here. You get a little bit of a mining spot. It's kind of out of the way. I don't know that I would mine here, especially with it being, you know, copper and tin. And when you're mining copper and tin, and you go and you smith it using the smithing skill, copper and tin make bronze. You know, an entry-level mining. If you're playing as a normal account, you could pretty much skip a lot of this and just go to the GE, you know, and buy the ores and just, or bars, and just go smith them. If you're playing as an Iron Man, such as myself, well, then you're gonna want to mine and bank that shit. So, you know, Verrick's southeast corner there, the mine is pretty nifty for that. This is the water altar. You decide you want to do some rune crafting and such. Most people that do rune crafting that train this skill, they never ever come here, nor do they touch this altar. You know, you make a couple of trips to the air altar. You make a couple of trips maybe to the mind altar, which is a hop, skip, jump through the wilderness from Edgehill to get to. And let's see, you should hit 14 pretty quickly, which is a fire rune. And then from there, you're just going to use like a dueling ring and make fire runes until you get to nature runes. So you probably won't never visit this, but it's the water altar out here in Lumbridge Swamp. And also out here in Lumbridge Swamp, they have, RuneScape's got dungeons located here and there all over their map. And they're marked with an exclamation point. And different dungeons have different monsters. Different dungeons also have different requirements. Some of the dungeons you will have to pay to go into. Some of them you've got to give a certain number of items to. And some of them you may need, you know, you may need a rope or even a slayer level. This is a nifty dungeon. If you first come here, you're going to want a rope. Also, you're going to want a light source, because this is a dark dungeon. I wouldn't suggest coming here with a candle or a candle lantern, as this is, I believe, the only dungeon in RuneScape. I might be wrong. I believe this is the only dungeon which has gas in it. And if you have an open flame, you can ignite the gas. Dungeons come in different sizes, different places. There's a map where you can look to see what's in the dungeon, where it's at, where you can go. You can fish cave eel in this dungeon. You can also, I believe, fight wall beasts. In fact, that's a hole right there for one. And the wall beast drops the black mask, which is a member's item, but it's a very valuable item. And black mask, I believe, is an item that you need to make a Slayer helm. Slayer's not a skill that I really mess with a lot right now, because with an Iron Man, getting through some of the tasks they're kind of rough. You know, you're killing greater demons that take, forever to kill. That's best just to use a cannon. However, when you're playing as the Iron Man, you're just investing the time into a cannon kills forever in your gameplay. So I'm going to run around through the woods really quick and go up on the road where there are some nifty little shops and stuff. We'll show you what the general store. You're a new player to Runescape, keep in mind that you can cut down these trees and then come in here and sell them. Different shops offer different items such as tinder boxes and chisels or shears and knives. They usually are pretty about the same price, the items are. And just as well as they sell items, they also buy different things that you might get as a drop, say fighting goblins, say fighting the mages and such. Something to keep in mind. There's a furnace and an anvil, which is side by side here. Something to keep in mind, if you're heading up one of the closer of the mines. As you see, it's empty. Most people don't use that furnace, nor do they use the anvil there. I used when I first started, I used the furnace, which is hold on a minute. Hello, sir. How are you? Not too much, man. Sitting here, playing some Runescape. What are you up to? Right. Okay. Yes, please. Alrighty, I will see you then. Yep. It's nice when you can have some company, somebody stops by and says hello. And give a big shout out to my buddy Josh, as when my computer that I was playing on, it died, and he kind of financed me the computer I'm currently using. And over a couple of months, I was able to purchase the computer and go from there. It's nice that he comes over and visits. I'm trying to, I want to set up a project and build an RC car track. And we each kind of have an idea. We're working with the materials and stuff. And he's going to stop by and see if we can't, figure out a beginning to that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to run back yonder here to the store. And I'm going to take a brief intermission, as I'm also going to grab a bite to eat for the the kid. He's home from school and such. It's kind of late. I eat kind of late. I don't really feel like eating much after I first get up. But I'm going to say good luck on your gains and good luck on your drops. When I return, we will be in Lumbridge. I want to go fight some bigger shit. I want to go see if I can't get into some trouble. And I want to work my way up into Varrock. I'd like to show you all. I have the pointer active today. Something that I don't normally do. But this is the fence for Prince Ali Rescue, which lets you into Alcared. But if you follow my pointer through here, this is what blocks off free-to-play from members server. Like you could play in here, but along this barrier, this fence, follow this white line all the way north to here. Anything on this side over here, this is members server. Free to play, you get, you know, what's in here a little bit. You get up and around in here. And you get some Valley. And then you get the wilderness. The wilderness is awesome, but you don't get the full wilderness because you only get to this white line. Anything in the high wilderness that's up there above that line, that's all members. Can't go there. But the wilderness is a nifty place in Runescape because the wilderness is where players can attack other players. If you're not in the wilderness, which is north of this line, you can attack people. And with that in mind, I'm going to take a short intermission, folks.